My name is Tim Higgs. I'm the managing agent of MP Arts. We represent 28 commercial illustrators, image makers and designers. Sure, so if we receive a brief from an advertising agency, it's normally over an email because there's normally visuals attached for us to look over. We would then break it down, look at the usage, look at the timings, look at the deliverables and look at the overall complexity of the job. And then we would start thinking about how much that would cost, how much time it would take, can the artist do it in the time frame, and then also the variables of usage, usage versus budget. Is an acceptable budget? Do they want us to propose a budget? And normally that's a lot of back and forth with the agency, which is part of the process, and then finding a common ground whereby the client gets what they want, and then also the artist feels well compensated for the work they're going to do. And that's a continued dialogue between myself and normally the art buyer or the art director. Our key interests for our artists are representing them across the broadest range of clients, introducing them to a whole new set of clients they may not themselves be able to access. We produce high quality direct mail marketing, which in the absence of anything else, I think printed marketing is still very, very effective. We handle that for the artists. We produce portfolios, well-edited portfolios, online content again, newsletters, well-edited newsletters, and keeping the portfolios up to date as well, making sure people know that the artists are working. There's nothing worse than an artist that never has any new work updated. So always trying to keep on top of those things to edge us ahead of the competition, because there's a lot of agencies out there competing for brilliant artists, and we try and go that extra mile to show them that we're the agency for them.
I think the best thing is like they are the curators of your work. They will help you to see your work from a different perspective and to show you all the possibilities of things you can do, areas you can explore, if you could develop products, if you could work more with infographics, with illustration for editorials, or they will show you different possibilities. They will say if your style could be adapted to a new area, a new challenge.
Being represented is a really good thing. I think big companies, particularly in sort of the advertising side of things, they can be quite hesitant to contact somebody who's just purely freelance. And I think an agent is a really sort of good way to come between the two and be able to negotiate the contracts and money, and sort of assure that the work gets delivered on time and that everything's right for it. I think that's sort of the real perks of being with an agency, is just making sure that those bigger clients, they're not worried to come and approach you.
It's the support that I get, just knowing that they're there all the time. Because I get quite an even amount of freelance work through an agent and freelance work through myself. But if I get a big client or there's any kind of grey areas in the brief, then I can just pick up the phone to Tim or send him an email and say, I need your help with this, and they've got the know-how to tell me how to respond to the client, or they'll take over and talk to the client for me. Most of the usages, licenses, all of the after part of the brief is done by Tim, and that's quite helpful.
As well, there's a sort of being a part of an agency, it's being part of a bigger collective, like a bigger group of people. There's something really nice about having that association. I think that definitely is, that's beneficial to you as well, like to your career.
It's not obligatory that all artists put work through us, but the reason why I say that they should is because we're there, we're an extra voice in the conversation. We can help cover things legally, we can help maximise the fees that are on offer for them, whereas a lot of artists, whilst they may manage their own commissions, sometimes they may not always have their best interests at heart, whereas we know sort of the buzzwords and the pitfalls to look for, such as assigning away copyright without realising it and things like that. So we know the language to speak to these big agencies, etc. Sometimes illustrators don't, and it can sometimes be their downfall. So yeah, to summarise, I think putting work through their agent helps in the long run because they get a panel of experts to help manage the commission, and also make sure it's invoiced correctly, payment is chased, and they're paid within a reasonable amount of time. A new signing can win me over as an agent by being professional, by being courteous, not being forceful, having a great portfolio which is well edited, either online or in print, holding themselves very well, being confident about their work, and also having a really strong identity.